Clergy should make people pray more, right? One of the ways I achieve this goal is to take people on a ride. My passengers usually become very pious and prayerful after 5 or 10 minutes in the car with me. All joking aside, I admit I am still a European driver, a bit more assertive than a typical Midwesterner, and not afraid to use my horn. My thinking is reasonable. I believe that if I yell and curse at the other driver, they will not hear me. But if I use that wonderful sound making invention, they will realize they just did something idiotic. In the season of Lent, however, I have made a resolution to not only limit my car horn usage, but also to say a prayer for those idiots who don't know how to drive. Hence, I too have become a more prayerful person in these last few weeks. Yes, I do get annoyed or even angry when faced with challenging drivers. When I was younger, I would confess my anger and irritation until one day in seminary when I discovered that, in accordance with the Catholic moral theology, our feelings or emotions do not have moral or ethical value in and of themselves. We are not responsible for the feelings we experience. They are morally neutral. They are neither good or bad, morally speaking. It is not a sin, and you do not need to confess feeling sad, happy, angry, nostalgic, upset, or irritated. So, when does morality come in the picture when we speak about emotions? Not until we decide how we will act on this or another feeling or emotion. For example, feeling annoyed by the poor drivers is not morally wrong, but flipping them off or calling them idiots is getting really close. The issue of good or evil enters the stage at the moment we choose or decide what to do with that feeling or emotion. Being sad or upset with your husband has no moral value, but throwing a plate at his direction does. You get the point, right? In today's gospel passage, we hear Jesus say, "My soul is troubled now," or "I am troubled" in some other translations. It is one of those rare situations where we witness Jesus' feelings or emotions. When reflecting on his upcoming betrayal and suffering, Jesus is feeling troubled, sad, afraid. It's only natural that Jesus, being fully human, is overcome with fear, anxiety, and trepidation. His soul being troubled is neither good or bad. After all, it's not wrong to feel fear, to be troubled or worried. It is what he does with that fear that carries moral value. To run away with one's tail between one's legs, to shrink away from doing what is right, that would be morally wrong. To acknowledge your fears, to name your worries, to notice your trembling hands and still do what is right now, that is the stuff of saints and heroes. Be mindful of your feelings. Be aware of emotions you experience in any given situation. Have no shame or guilt in feeling the way you feel. and then pray that you do what is right. Amen.